I'm doing great. It's been a great transition going into spring, and it's been a fun process. I truly believe that it's been fun.
I want to talk about football for a second, but I saw you at the basketball game day a couple weeks ago. I see you everywhere, frankly. I mean, you have become one of the faces of this program. It seems like you're enjoying that.
Oh, absolutely. No, it's been fun. I think the biggest thing is just to appreciate the grind, appreciate this whole process because before you know it, you'd be done from college. And so, along when I'm go home to my parents, go home to my family, they're big on just trusting the process and just having fun along the way. So all I can do.
I know so many people want to talk about what happened last year, but I think I think you probably talked out on that. But I want to talk about the future because you have a new coach. You are the leader of this football team now. Talk about that transition to what was to what is and will be.
Absolutely. The biggest thing we can do as a football team is learn from last year, and set short-term goals and long-term goals. And the biggest thing we want to do is always try to be 1% better, always go 1-0 each and every day we enter the building. But the biggest thing we have to do, is look from last year. What are some things we did positive? What are some things we did negatively? And the biggest thing we want to do is turn all strengths even stronger and all weaknesses to a strength. And I think we're doing a really good job attacking the day, coming in the building, eager to learn. And we have a great coaching staff that's going to put us in position to be successful. But the biggest thing we have to do, just be where our feet are and constantly try to get better. And we're not satisfied with last year. It was a great turnaround from the start to finish. And along the process that we had all together, we just had that family environment. And then I think that's was a positive movement from last year. It was a family like environment because it's hard to stop a family and transitioning to this off season. It's all about the relationship aspect right now, and then constantly growing into the best offense, the best defense, best special teams. All is one. But with that, you're just all about trusting the process and then embracing the grind because it's gonna be hard. We're gonna have a hard season that's ahead of us. But to get to the season, we have to be where our feet are. We have to set our goals. We have to constantly try to improve, try to grow. Because guess what? The other team that's setting the same goals that we're trying to accomplish. It's going to be a hard task. So the biggest thing we have to do is be where our feet are and constantly try to grow.
Jalen, you clearly handled a very difficult situation with great aplomb. What did you get? What did you learn and take away from, being tested? Really being put on the crucible and succeeding, and not only succeeding but leading your team to an SEC championship and a playoff berth.
I think one thing that I can just take from any situation, how can you grow from it and not linger in it and not figure out why this happening to me? Just trying to be better and acknowledging that. And what I can applaud is my support system along the way because they put me in a position to be where I'm at to this day. And I'm big on goals. I'm big on short-term goals and long-term goals. And that was always set along this journey, along this process, no matter what took place last season. And through the journey, I can definitely say that it was hard, but with hard challenges, it makes you even stronger as a person. And I can definitely say that that transpired last year, but it made the success even greater having these challenges at the beginning of the season. Biggest thing we can do is just learn from it, and I definitely did, and I just definitely appreciate the grind because it's going to make me even better.
Jalen, it's been a couple of months now since the transition felt all over the world. Quite frankly, you got a new coach, you have a new coordinator. I mean, it's new. It's new across the board. Tell us how it's worked out for you and everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely. It's different, I will say, because Coach Saban was a great coach to all of us. He put us in a position to be successful on and off the field. But now with the transition of Coach DeBoer, we're all just trying to adjust. But all biggest thing we have done is just embrace it, embrace change, and also try to get better and try to just buy into the process. And we're doing a good job with that. And this is where leaders can really step up. And I think that's what I've seen so far is each leader stepping up in each of the position groups. And I like that a lot. That's been helping us a lot, and this is helping us gel together as one. And we're one team. one heartbeat, and it's just evident when it goes to when we're on the field. We have shared success in each room. Whether it's a receiver making a good play, they're all celebrating together. Whether it's a tight end celebrating, they're all making a play together. Linebacker core, DBs. That's what I'm seeing right now. Is all of us gelling together as one, and I'm seeing this while we're here in April. And so as we continue to go on this process, that's what it's going to take. It's going to have the shared success in each room, and then also buying into the process, and also trying to master our game plan, master the system. And so it's a process, but all I can say is where we're at right now, we're doing a really good job just trusting it, and Coach DeBoer is going to put us in position to be successful. So I'm excited.
I know it's a team sport, but you are a very critical individual, and I mean you had an amazing year, as we all mentioned. You were nearly in New York for the Heisman Trophy. How do you work on getting better? Because I know that's the kind of competitor you are and kind of leader you are, that you're never satisfied with whatever you just got through doing.
Absolutely. With every great player, they can acknowledge what they need to improve and get better at. And for you to transform into an elite player, you have to be critical of yourself, and you have to acknowledge acknowledge that there's room for improvement. So with me, that's what I like a lot is that the coaching staff that I have here, they're going to put me in position to be successful. And, there's some things I need to improve on. And so we're going to talk about it with Coach Sheridan, Coach DeBoer, Coach Mitch, the receiver coach as a whole, because, I want to be an effective leader, but with an effective leader, they have to hold a standard to themselves and how they go about, whether it's practicing, take care of their body, mastering the game. For me, I'm just open-minded to all areas of improvement and just trying to improve. But the biggest thing I want to do, whether it's mastering the quarterbacking here, mastering the system, mastering everything as a whole, that's all I want to do, just be the best quarterback in the country.
Yeah, we just had something on our screen a minute ago about the gravedigger, and not that anybody's forgotten about it. I don't know if you'll ever be able to forget about it, but how often, just in everyday life, does that play come up as you're just walking down the street?
Well, I will say that is definitely a topic that is a part of conversations, because I'm in the state of Alabama. So Auburn and Alabama is a big rivalry within the state. And so that is a part of conversation when two neighbors are near each other. They're going to talk about the Iron Bowl. So I'm near it, whether it's on campus wearing shirts. But, it's a special moment for the university. And so I'm just glad I was able to live it and experience that play.
I don't think you want to have to be put in that situation again. But as you look forward, unless you do, I don't.
Well, that's tough.
I mean, you made it look effortless. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I mean that was not a lucky play. I mean, you were as poised as I've ever seen a quarterback.
Oh, it was all about the preparation, like I talked about during the season. It was funny because we practiced that play every single week. We didn't know when it was going to happen, but that was a chance to perfect our craft, and that was our opportunity to take advantage of it.
Well, you certainly did. Nobody, I mean, we make predictions in the media, but when it comes to a player like you who's at the most critical position, how do you view the season other than we know what the first game is and we don't want to talk about anything else? Is that pretty much standard fare?
No doubt. Like for us, all we want to do is try to be the best version of ourselves every time we enter the building, and that's what we're going to do. Right now we're going to attack practice 14 for us and just trying to constantly improve, because the biggest thing we all ask for is just try to get 1% better. So we constantly doing that each and every day. That's going to put us in position to win championships, put us in position to win a game, put us in a position to be the best offense in the country as we're going on this process. So the biggest thing we can do is embrace the grind, because it's going to be hard. We have some tough opponents that's ahead on our schedule, but it's going to take all of us, all of our units connecting and just trying to constantly build to be the best version of ourselves.
Jalen, last year we saw the Lang T-shirt, and obviously somebody made a lot of money off of that. But I'm not trying to start a new T-shirt here, but we live in the prediction business, and you probably know by now that nobody's predicting Alabama to win the SEC, and some are not even all that confident. Does that type of prediction, does that type of noise How does that feed you and your fellow teammates and friends to do what you did last year and prove everyone wrong?
Well, with anything, all we have to do is worry about within, and have internal factors within our building. Because the only opinions that matter is all of us in the building, our coaches, the players within our team. That's all that matters for us. And with anything, you're gonna have external factors. You're gonna have critics. You're gonna have a bunch of things that's gonna pull you away from your goals and everything like that. So, um, no matter what, no matter if you win, no matter if you lose, you're gonna have opinions. You're gonna have criticism, and we acknowledge that. We know it's a tough task to go back to back SEC championship, end up back in the college playoffs, end up in the national championship. It's a hard grind, and we like that. We appreciate that because not too many people can say that they played in the Rose Bowl. They can say they played in the national championship game, and that's when it goes back to the short-term goals and long-term goals. Right now, we're in the short-term goals. We're just trying to master the system that we have here, master getting to know your teammates, master going to classroom on time, master taking care of your body, nutrition. So that's right now we have goals that we have to attack right now to further along get to any of our long-term goals. So right now we got to attack the plan of attack right now and really get to know each other as a team.
Well, I don't know what you'll master next, but you certainly mastered this interview. Jalen, thanks for showing up. We really enjoyed the time with you, and all the best.
Appreciate you. I look forward to meeting you one day.
I cannot wait. I really
Yes,
look forward.
sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jalen. What a pleasure.